So for people who don't understand what grain is effectively the way the grass grows. Now you can get down grain and you can get into the grain. And when the grass is down grain, you'll generally see a light color on the grass. So picture looking down a fairway and you see light stripe, dark stripe, light stripe. If you look down the fairway and you're on a light stripe, the grain is growing with you. If it's a dark stripe, the grain is against you. And the big difficulty people have is really when the grain is growing into, because effectively when the grass is growing in towards your wedge, it's a collision waiting to happen. So with the way people play these types of shots, they really find it difficult to get good contact on it. Now, grain is, first of all, like I said, very easy to spot. You can see the color of the grass. You might even make a practice swing and notice that when you make it, you get a bit more dig into the grass. So the front edge kind of hits the grass and you get that kind of pop shot where you really feel it dig. And that's normally the point where people start to get a bit nervy about what's about to come. A lot of the time, the most common flaws we see are people going straight back in the stance with these shots, back off the right foot. We see the hands get forward and we see big swings. And the thing about all three of those adjustments is, well, you might be able to just about make contact. If you're even fractionally off, it really does encourage a lot of digging into the grass. What we want to see when we're into the grain is almost the opposite to those three. So I want to put the ball forward in my stance a bit. I want to take away shaft lean. And what that will actually do is it will begin to encourage the bounce of the club to hit the turf rather than the front edge. So even just that minor adjustment there of having the ball a bit more forward and the shaft a little bit back is really, really crucial. The second thing I would always encourage people to do is try and keep the club low. If the club is low, it's coming in on a shallower approach and the front edge is less likely to dig. Straight away again, that's going to reduce the chances of you ever hitting a miss hit, and even the slightly off contact can actually end up all right. The final thing, make sure you turn through. All the time we see guys head down, hands forward, and that club is straight away going to dig into the grain. So we want to make sure when we have that set up, we want to keep it nice and low and always, always, always turn through to face your target. So let's give this a go. We've got about 20 foot of green to work with. We're slightly into the grain here. We're hitting up a hill. So all I'm going to do is just pull that ball forward slightly, sit the hands back, and I've got really soft grip pressure when I do this. I want to feel like the club can release. So my arms, my elbows, my hands, they're all nice and light. You can see straight away, very little dig or impact on the ground. The bounce of the club has done its job. The ball pops up to a couple of feet. So just to do a little recap on that, when you're into the grain, we want to have the ball a bit more forward in the stance. It can be center or just in front of. We want to sit the hands back a bit. We want to take away that lean, and with that lean, we want to take away the front edge digging in. So the hands sit slightly back, very, very light grip and arm pressure, and then turn through the shot. And I'll take those two shots any day.